All right. So if you've listened to my friend Leela Rose's video, the thoughts that came up to me was I wanted to understand about what she was talking about, getting plugged back in and connecting back to the things that you think are of value, and then you recognizing that as abundance. And I can see the value in that. I can see the value in being able to do that. As we truly recognize what we truly value, we can let go of these ideas and scripts of what being successful or abundant or satisfied really looks like. Because when we work toward a script, it's not the reality of what truly may be nourishing and satisfying. We may have a script to say, oh, looking forward or whatever, seeing that. But at the same time, if we are not deeply connected and understanding what truly nourishes us, then I can see how this can be a real problem. This may happen for people who are very driven forward, people who are very action oriented, people who go out in a field maybe and dominate, but they come back and they sit and say, what next? Why do I not feel nourished? Why do I not feel the satisfaction that I thought I would feel? But really what they were perpetuating in themselves was this drive and this ability to move forward. Now, I'm not knocking that. I think when we become dedicated to something, we can create a momentum that naturally pushes and moves us forward. This is something that I've experienced in my life. And it can be really enjoyable to feel that momentum as things start opening up for you and they just move forward. But it's important to see whether what's coming forward is actually nourishing in our lives. So I was wanting to feel into the sensation that she was speaking of surrounding that. But as I was sitting and thinking with it, Leela, I'm just, I'm, I'm inviting you to listen to this and to respond. So as I'm with this with you, Leela, my thought goes back to this sensation that you spoke of kind of almost the self-betrayal feeling when you start uh, putting your energy towards someone else's regime or paradigm or buying into that so that once again, like you can be fed, like you can have food on the table, you can have clothing, you can be taken care of. And I think this is a huge pattern that we are in the middle of resolving and alchemizing and letting go of and stepping into something new. And I want to say I'm proud that you're in the middle of that. You're feeling into what that really is and the struggle of it. And as I look into these ideas, then I can see the polarization that can occur. It's almost like our mind has said, and this is kind of the dualistic thinking, and there's this war, this tug of war that's happening, right? Either I sell my soul, right? And my soul doesn't want to be my body because I'm following someone else's regime and I'm putting energy toward it. And my soul is literally saying, no, I'm not here to do that, right? Or I'm honoring my regime as the center point, and I somehow get to feel that that point is offering the nourishment that I need, right? And it's one or the other, right? And I'm feeling this kind of push and pull, this tug and pull. And there's a lot of ideas that come up with both of these. Like one of the ideas may be like, I only receive what I need if it will be supplied by someone else, right? What I need will be supplied by someone else. And this is something as a young child we're taught. And we may say, well, of course, but that's a part of the experience of life is when we're consumers, I guess you could say, is that we receive things and we consume so that we have energy. And there can be a slight shift in this experience surrounding that There can be a slight shift of saying, my energy source calls out for and then receives. That can be a shift. Or another shift can be, I am simply a part of this movement. I am a part of the process that is occurring, and I accept that energy flow in, and also I dedicate my work and what I do to the greatest of all. And another thing is, I've been working with the dragons and expanding in my awareness is, I allow this to move through me, right? How do we do that? How do we allow it to move through us? That's a question. And I think a part of it is there's these little hiccups, these little pinpoints of stopping points of ideas that we have of fighting in the polarity. Now, I was speaking, or I was channeling through Andromedas, or entities of Andromeda. They say they're of the Andromeda the other day, and I'm going to insert that right in here. But they were speaking about how, as we really look at the reality of things, that, and we're looking for this idea of abundance. We're looking for this idea of abundance. And as we let go of actually the ideas that we have of what we have to do in order to take care of ourselves, to get what we want, to survive, then we actually see that abundance is just simply what is, right? It just simply is what is. And in abundance, or in the kind of abundance that we're searching for, what we're really searching for is the experience of wholeness and the feeling of plenty. And as we experience ourselves as wholeness, then what occurs is the experience is more along the lines of just recognizing all that is as a benefit to all that is, right? This is the sensation that I get from it. So I'm going to insert that right here really quickly. These are just some thoughts on abundance. And as I was doing that, I was feeling the sensation of this idea of abundance and lack, the polarities, right? And I continued in this video playing with these polarities. I hold out my fingers in two. It's a polarity, right? And as we come into wholeness, what we're doing is these ideas of abundance, the tug of abundance and the tug of lack start to become diminished and diminished and diminished into the whole experience at the center, right? And we can see them for the ideas that they are. A lot of times we think, oh, abundance is just the correct way of thinking about it. We need to really push toward abundance, right, in order to overcome the lack. But this is playing in the polarities, right? And we can set down the polarities and come together and see those are just two views that are demanding our attention and our energy to be invested in them, to play that tug of war. But if I am in wholeness, if I say I am abundant, right? Or maybe say I am abundance itself. I am whole. I need not struggle. I see all that is available and is ready to manifest and bloom within my life. I allow it to flow through me. I'm playing with these things in this idea of abundance and being able to recognize when we're getting yanked around in a polarity, when we're like, I don't want to do this, so I have to do this, right? We're fighting that. And can we come in and alchemize into oneness? That's my thought for now. I would love, Leela Rose, to see your response to that, and anyone else who wants to. There's much more. I would love to channel more concerning this, but that's for now. Let's keep this talk up, okay? And can you feel that? Can you feel the difference? Can you feel when you come into wholeness, the and neutrality, that polarity, that fight suddenly vanishes, right? And I can think with a clear mind when I'm in that space. Right. Okay. That's all for now, folks. All right. I look forward to posting this. Write your comments, write your ideas down below, and let's talk this through and play this through, because this is about soul play. And that's what we're doing here. Okay. Love to everyone. Bye-bye.